Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yep.
That came out.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there was supposed to be a big Twitch streamer boycott of it.
I feel like you
And
missed
yet,
Go ahead.
And yet it's breaking Twitch records for streaming.
Yeah. There's a couple things going on with this one. First of all, there's what's her name? J.K. Rowling's history of, I wouldn't even call it anti-trans stuff she said, just she has some different ideas than other people, basically. Versus separating the art from the artist. Like, people are like, if you play Hogwarts Legacy, obviously you're anti-trans because she's anti-trans. And it's like, well, the art, first of all, she had nothing to do with this game. Like, she created the wizarding world or whatever, but she didn't like write it or do anything with the game. She's not programming or making graphics or anything. But if you buy the game, she's getting money from it.
How much?
I think she gets a lot.
Pennies on the dollar?
No, I think she gets a lot. I think she owns everything.
Her royalties are large on this?
Well, I think she sold the rights to like wherever, WB for, I mean, who knows what her deal is, but she would have sold the rights to them to make a game for like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And maybe she makes.
So she got the money whether the game got finished or not.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So whether you buy or play this game has no.
She's already got paid. But I mean, she might get more based off of like.
But how much?
But we're never going to know
what
that.
What does the game cost? 70, 60,
$70.
So she's making pennies? Like.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to say.
Maybe you're putting
like even let's say $1 on it.
$1 in her pocket, you know.
So like, they sell 20 million copies, 20 million bucks.
But each person's only giving her $1.
Yeah, but they're at the side of it like, well, she's anti-trans. If she gets anything from it, it's no good, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. It's breaking records. Like it's like the third highest single player consecutively played game on Steam of all time, behind like Cyberpunk and I don't even know what the other one was. But there's going to be a lot of people that probably would have never bought this game because whatever, but they're buying it because of this, like to be like, ha, let me show them left wingers on the libs by buying this game.
Or is it also that it's on Twitch because not as many people bought it, so they're watching the people who did buy it?
No, it's like it's sold tons. It's like the number one seller. So
okay, yeah. I mean, I've seen tons of people playing it for sure.
Yeah,
I'm on Twitch and there's always recommended. It's all Hogwarts. Hogwarts.
I don't like Harry Potter, so but the game does seem interesting to me. Like, but I don't like Harry Potter enough to play this game.
Yeah, the graphics look great.
Yeah,
I don't know what the gameplay is about. Not a clue.
It's like a action RPG with you can level up and you get like new armor and shit.
Oh, that sounds right.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So you put on a new cloak or get a new wand. You can design your wand at the start, broom. I think. Yeah.
So I read a quick article and it looked like that this article was probably not accurate at all, but it said that J.K. Rowling makes about 50 to 100 mil a year in royalty.
That's probably right.
From the game?
No, just in general. Just in general.
Well, think about it. She's got the movies, the books, the games.
Yeah.
There's like, isn't there a theme park or something somewhere?
Yeah, there's two. There's one in Montreal or Quebec, and then there's one down south, I think in like I want to say Louisiana area, but I could be wrong.
Then there's also like the toys.
Yeah, all the merch.
Like all the like fake wands and shit. All that stuff.
Everything that's pumped.
She owns all the Harry Potter rights. Yeah. It's not like when you're a music artist and then the record label owns your music and you earn your money from touring or whatever.
Yeah.
Authors keep generally their whatever. So yeah, I mean, whatever. Like if I don't understand these rich ass people. It's like, why don't you just go away? Like if I had $100 million, you'd never fucking hear from me again.
Yep.
Like how much money?
Why do you need to express your opinions?
Well, see, that's the thing too, is her opinion, whatever. Like what I've read into it is that she was just against like for minors, you know, having
having that option.
Whatever.
She feels you need to be older to make that kind of decision.
So right or wrong, whatever. But it's just like, is she anti-trans? I don't think so. But like,
probably not. Who knows?
It's just,
I don't know.
It gets blown out of proportion. Again,
as I say, in this day and age, no matter what, your opinion's going to divide some section of people.
Well, and it doesn't help too that when someone writes an article about it, people only read the headline.
Yeah.
So if the headline says J.K. Rowling anti-trans, that's all they know.
And that article has an agenda with a clickbait of some sort.
Most places nowadays
or an opinion that they're trying to push.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's not very many neutral news sources anymore.
No.
So I'm not going to play this game because I don't care about Harry Potter. I read the first Harry Potter book when I was like 30. I was like, this book is literally for children. I do not understand how an adult can care at all about Harry Potter.
So you had said that before, I think, on one of your streams or something. And my thought process was the first adults that fell in love with it
they
were
weren't
the parents that were reading it to their kids.
Yeah, maybe.
They loved it for the wholesomeness of what it was.
But there's people that are my similar age that will tell me like, I love Harry Potter, and be like, that book was like, you were like 20 years old when that book came out. Like, how could you read that book and be like, I love Harry Potter? Yeah. It's like reading a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah, I can enjoy a Dr. Seuss book as an adult, but it's like, how can you be so invested into this?
Yeah, you could. It's like, okay, that was a good book. I enjoyed it. But like not to go off the deep end and be like, man, I'm fanboying.
And I understand like the Harry Potter books, you grew, like if you were the right age when Harry Potter, the first book came out, you grew up with the characters. Yeah. So by the end, when it's like,
it's your Fear Street.
But it's also like in the first book, Harry Potter's 8. In the last book, Harry Potter's 16. And he's like, oh, I'd really like to give a girl a kiss. And it's like, okay, you probably grew up with that and that's what you're experiencing. But like, yeah, when I read it as an adult, I just was like, this is literally a child's book. And then the movies, I'm just like, these are not even that good. Like, they're okay, but it's just like, it's like a kid's movie.
The first 4 were almost literal translations of the book. So those who loved the books got to see it in a movie thing. So it was for those. It's interesting. When you read a book, you have a very vivid and wild imagination. So I feel that you don't even really need to have a movie.
Yeah.
You know, because you have the movie playing in your head.
People don't know how to read.
But those that loved it, you know.
But then there's, like anyone that I know that's read the books also love the movies.
Yeah.
But it's all, I'm just like, how can you watch this as like a 40-year-old person and be like, oh, I love this? It's just like, oh my God. It's like a child's book or movie.
I didn't love it. I liked it.
They were fine. I enjoyed them, but I still think the best Harry Potter thing I saw was the first Fantastic Beasts.
Disney movies.
I don't get that either.
It's just they're,
and I grew up with that shit.
But they're not the ones that maybe enjoy horror or killing and violence.
For sure.
For them, that's their enjoyment.
That's okay, fine. But there's no like kids horror movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
But like these are like literally kids.
No, there was Goosebumps.
Well, okay, yeah, but you know what I'm saying is like, you can watch an adult movie that's not a horror. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Whereas like Harry Potter is just like a kid's movie.
It's wholesome. It's Disney. It's a Disney, but not Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess so. But it's just like the plots are basic. The interactions.
Well, I mean, they have to be for a 7-year-old.
Well, that's why I'm saying like I don't. I can't understand how an adult could take anything out of it and be like, yes, that was it. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. Yeah.
Anyways, we got a little off topic on the old Hogwarts legacy.
I don't know. I think you're still pretty on topic.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But we're not really talking about the game.
Still talking about Harry Potter.
If this was almost in any other like sort of IP, I'd be like, yes, I'm playing this game. But Harry Potter, I'm just like,
right.
But I've tried Harry Potter enough that I know I don't give a shit about it.
But it's a Harry Potter single player ARPG.
It's not ARP. Oh, action RPG. I thought you said ARG for a second.
ARG.
Yeah, but like I don't give a shit about anything in it. Like I don't care about any of the like characters or like saying your spell and waving your wand.
I totally understand what you're talking about. Like I love the Lego Star Wars movies, but when the Lego Batman ones came out, I was like, I'm just not sure I care that I want to play Batman in the Lego universe.
Yeah.
So to some people, it's just not of an interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get that.
But like if this was like a Lord of the Rings game or Star Wars game, or hell, even like a Marvel game, I'd be more interested. But like Harry Potter, it's just like, I don't know if it's just, maybe if I'd never played Harry Potter and I went into this one, I could probably get behind it. But since I've read the book, seen the movies, it's just like,
And I got a question. Are you Harry Potter or are you someone else?
It's 500 years.
You make a new character.
And this is the problem that I had with, what was that one? The Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah. Where you're Dash Rendar.
I don't like playing in IP when you're a non-known character.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Who wants to play in the world of Harry Potter and not be Harry Potter? or one of the known characters.
But that's the thing, is that you want to be in the world of Harry Potter as yourself.
Yeah.
So
you're in the wizarding world.
Character, yeah.
For me, it's different. I don't like that.
I liked like the Star Wars Fallen Order, where you play as this guy Cal Kestis. I love that game. That's a no-name character, but you're in the world of Star Wars. So maybe you're not a character that you know, but you know, like, hey, that's a Wampa.
Yeah.
Or that's like, you know, that guy's a Wookiee.
Yeah.
So it's probably the same in this game. It's like, hey, there's Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah. Fair.
But she's alive.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It's been a popular game. But yeah, like I think a lot of people are buying it just to own the libs too.
Harry Potter's first transgender character also in the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
big point.
But like
for people.
I mean, yeah.
With that whole J.K. Rowling thing.
But like just because they never said the character in the book was never, maybe there was a transgender character. We just don't know. She just said it was a she and that was the end of it, or said it was a he, you know? I know when they did the Harry Potter stage play and their Hermione was played by a black actress, people were up in arms. Like, how can you make Hermione black? And J.K. Rowling's like, I never described her. All I said was she had curly hair.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
I never said she was white.
Yeah.
So like, who knows, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how your brain imagined it.
Every game nowadays has a trans character in it.
And show.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. Show. And I don't mind it when it fits in there, but there's been times when I've seen it like where it didn't fit. Like I watched
they were just doing it to check their boxes.
I watched
shoehorn it right in there.
What was it called? It was the Silence of the Lambs TV show. I think it was just called Clarice. Okay. Where it has Clarice Starling working before sort of,
when she's there.
Or wait, was it after or before? I think it's after Hannibal Lecter. But it's anyways, there's this whole thing where this trans character is going to be murdered or whatever, and they save her, whatever. And then there's a whole thing where Clarice goes to see how's it going, like how's, you know, since we rescued you, whatever.
Right.
And the trans character does this whole spiel about how, like, oh, you should have said something on TV about how I'm a trans person and like how like this is an attack on the trans community, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. But I'm like, this show takes place in like 1992. Like no one was gonna say that in 1992.
Yeah.
Like no one would have even brought it up in 1992.
Yeah.
It's different in 2022, but for the time period of the show, I just was like, this doesn't fit in here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So when it fits, I'm okay. I don't mind. When it's sort of shoehorned like that, took me out of the show because I just maybe that's just because I'm like I was alive in 1992.
Yeah,
and were you never heard about anything like that?
No,
ever.
Yeah.
Nope.
Barely was the word gay being talked about at that time.
Exactly, but in the 2022, yeah, of course, no doubt, that's the way the world's changed. But back in 1992, like,
actually,
could you even name one?
When did The Crying Game come out?
Oh yeah, that would have been like 95,
yeah,
94,
not far off.
Something like that. Yeah. So. But even then, that was like, holy fuck, that's a dude. Like that was like shocking.
Was
like
shock value.
Like
it was the beginning of the shock value movies.
Yeah, but it was just like shocking too. Like that was not like a thing. Like it was not an uplifting movie. that was supposed to be the nightmare for the guy, basically. So very different atmosphere, anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the fucking Crying Game. Perfect example.
Yeah.